Hey Bobino, it's super hot out. Want to go to the beach today?
Yeah, Jimothy, I would love to go to the beach today.
What beach do you want to go to?
I would be down for Kalamalka Beach.
Cal Beach sounds perfect. I'd love to jump off the dock there.
Oh, that reminds me of my time at Bible camp.
Which Bible camp did you go to?
I went to Sunnybray. It was so much fun playing on the dock.
Oh yes, that's awesome. I love Sunnybray.
Then we should go to Sunnybray Beach today.
But that's such a long drive for spending only a few hours there.
Oh, right. You know what we could do?
What's that?
We could bring some wood and build our own cabin on the beach. So that way we can stay there whenever we wanted to. It'd be like our own summer camp.
Do you know anything about building a cabin, Bobino?
Oh, of course. All you need is a bunch of wood and a nail gun and a box of nails.
But what about a plan and maybe even a permit?
Well, Jim, the plan is all in my head, and I don't really believe in permits.
The Sunnybray staff will not like us building on their beach.
Yeah, Jim, but I have my nail gun, remember? There'll be no problems.
I think someone might have a few problems with your plan, like me. Where are you going to get all this wood from? And don't you think that building on the beach isn't a good idea anyways?
Obviously, I'll just go into the forest and cut down some trees. You don't have to help me if you don't want to.
Can I tell you a story, Bobino? It's from a great book I got the other day, and I think it might help you a little. It's about building.
What book?
It's from the Bible. There are two men who decided to each build a house for their family.
Just like our cabin.
So the first guy wants to build his house on a solid rock, and the other guy was impatient and wanted to build his house on the sand.
On a rock? Are you serious? Do you know how long that takes and how expensive that is?
See, Bobino, but keep listening.
Sorry, Jim. I'm a puppet. It's hard for me to listen.
Back to the story. One day, there was a big storm with heavy rains driven by powerful winds that beat against the houses. There was even some flooding.
That's terrible. Remember last week when it wouldn't stop raining?
Yeah. Anyways, when the storm hit, the waters rose, and the house on the rock didn't fall down. It wasn't even damaged at all.
You know, Jim, the story's a little weak. I can't see this being made into a Disney movie anytime soon.
But I'm not done yet. Let me get to the point.
Can you hurry? I want to get to the beach so I can start building.
So the other man, who had the same dream of building a house, had one big difference.
Let me guess. He didn't have rain gutters.
No, the only difference was what he chose for a foundation. He built his house on the sand.
That does make some sense. You'd save a bunch of costs and time. That's my plan. Which reminds me, do you mind wrapping this story up?
I'm getting really close. So, heavy rain driven by powerful winds beat against the house.
I'm getting in this weird sense of deja vu.
You haven't even heard the best part, though. When the storms raged, the waters rose, and suddenly, the house collapsed. Kaboom, Babino!
So that's it? The end? That's a terrible story. What about the important details? Were there any people in the house when it collapsed? Was there even a rescue? Is there any point to the story?
Yes, there is a point. Be careful what you build your house on, Babino. Both these men in the story had the same dream. What you build your life on matters. Storms will come, foundations will be tested. If you live wisely and listen to what God says, your house will stand. But if you live without caring, your house will fall, and you will not be who God made you to be.
So if I build my house on the sand, it's bad. If I build my house in the rock, it's good, right? If I build my house on the sand, it might fall down. That's no good, Jim. I need to think about this a little more. How do I know if I'm building the right way?
Don't worry, Babino. It's okay. I've got a great instruction book with all the answers you need on how to build. It's called the Bible. It's a great book.
Thanks, Jim. I think I should read it. Will I still get to use my nail gun?
Maybe one day, and I'll help you figure out a better spot to build your cabin on.
Okay, thank you. Let's go swimming at Cal Beach today then.
The end. Matthew 7:24. All who listen to my instructions and follow them are wise, like a man who built his house on the rock. Though the rains come in torrents, and the floods rise, and the storm's winds beat against the house, it won't collapse, for it is built on rock.
But those who hear my instructions and ignore them are foolish, like a man who builds his house on sand. For when the rains and floods come, and storm winds beat against his house, it will fall down with a mighty crash.